confusion. And so here I am today. I've decided to start trying to make some YouTube videos to try and give some impression of my thoughts and to verbalize and see how it goes. And today I want to speak about confusion and what it means for me. With many thoughts and ideas, sometimes it can be hard to know which to express, which not to. In confusion we find ourselves betwixt through obscurity and clarity. A murky point rests in between. So what is this confusion, and what does it mean to us? In idle times we can find the mind can wander, trying different things on for size. Potential realities unfold before us as we try to choose the right one. But at times all that we seem to see is some kind of muddled nothingness, a languid confusion, like clouds obscuring the sun. We know that there is something behind, but all we can see are clouds. And as we stand and try to resonate, we go a little deeper, and we find fragments of reality. And then our mind jumps in and tries to solve things. This means, and that means that, and this means this. The more we think about it, the more distorted we become. But that initial seed, just what was that? I've been getting these semi-visual kinds of visions for a while now. For a while I was picturing London around 100 years ago or so, trying to imagine what it was like. Without reading more, using just the knowledge we already have, we can form pictures, filling in the missing pieces with conjecture. But what I saw was darkness and light, and darkness and light. But there was no colour. There was energy, but there was no density. Like a helium balloon hanging around, knowing that one pinprick and it'll burst. Often reality can seem like some kind of obscure thing, some disjointed assortment of fragments and pieces that not only don't seem to fit together, but don't even seem to belong together. Now London, why London? I was thinking about war and Crowley and magic. As a child, I had my own ideas about magic. It's not that I didn't believe in it, and it's not that I even believed in it. I felt like it was dangerous. If words create thoughts, and thoughts create reality, and reality became sentient, then what are the words to create balance, and not some kind of train reaction, bombastic carousel of hysteric hypocrisy? Where is the truth in words that can set the balance point with nuance to articulate a reality that will not devolve into ambivalent, abhorrent errors? And so, as we clear our thoughts for a clean slate, and we try to articulate a clean reality, what do we find? In my reality, I try to find freedom. No limits, open fields, plentiful abundance, green fields, fleshy blooming flowers, openness, emptiness. And then as the reality darkens, I see power, contempt, aversion, abstinence, prudence, rigidity, systems, and judgments. And so what gives these things power? We do. In 1984 and Brave New World, they both end up with the state winning. The people give their power away. They don't want to think for themselves. They want to blindly trust and hope for the best. And in this hope, what do we find? In all things there an element of many things. Faced with war, we can hope for the best. We can hope for peace. But as we kill and maim, do our thoughts change? Hitler controlled many people by taking their failings and guiding them toward one common enemy. This has power. But I feel like people are starting to wake up and realize that falsities such as this are past at best before a date. And they ask, is this healthy for us? And what is healthy? Is it healthy to kill? Is it healthy to allow others to guide our thoughts? Is it healthy to hope for the best? There is no answer. There are only questions. And looking for answers will only blind us. But at times it's through allowing ourselves to question that we can find our own truth. My truth still lies in freedom, but my truth, like that of many, is obscured by confusion. And in this confusion there must be a trust that we can surrender to the uncertainty of life, and that we can surrender to the confusion, that we can surrender to not knowing, put our best foot forwards, follow our internal compass, and live and die by the strength of our inner will and the guidance of that which feels to be our truest version of ourself that we can perceive. And in our inner trust to follow our own compass, we get more and more confusion. And sometimes it's hard to see anything at all. And in that moment, we must stand still. And as we stand still, time slows down. And in that moment of pause, there is no breath. There is no movement. There is nothing but the continuation of the self. The more time expands, the more we see, and the confusion turns into a deeper confusion. But it's still confusion. We aren't necessarily ready to see the full depth of our confusion, and like a kid who can't see over the fence from lack of height, we have to trust that which we perceive from our current vantage point. And even though we may be able to find something to step over, to look over the fence, do we want to get distracted powering over all the fences? And so I leave you with that. Step back into your confusion.